proposal season is here, and if you are planning to propose soon, I'm going to save you from the most common mistakes. Most proposals don't go wrong because the idea is bad, but they go wrong because the plan is vague. And vague plans, what do? They create messy photos, they create awkward timing, stress you didn't need. In this video, I'm gonna give you a simple playbook. How to pick the right proposal style, how to pick the right location that photographs clean, how to timing for good light, and what you should do after she says yes, so that you don't lose the best part of your proposal. Who am I? I'm a destination wedding photographer, so of course that I'll care about your moment, but as a photographer, I also care about the light, about the location, and on making sure that everything feels smooth. Because what's the point in planning the ring, in having the perfect proposal, but then the photos look like a very crowded mess, you know what I mean? Step 1 is choosing your proposal style, because this will be the foundation of everything that happens during your proposal. And if you do this well, then your life will be way easier. So don't complicate your life. So here are 3 options that you have, and how each one of them means for the photos and the logistics that you need to think about even before you do the proposal to the love of your life. First option that you can do is having a private proposal. So what does this mean? It's just you and your girl. No one else, no audience. You are on a location where people are not passing by. No, it's just the two of you. And this can also include just the two of you, to have one photographer far away, like taking shots at a distance, or even no photographer at all. This is about you, it's not about your photographer. Big benefit that you have with a proposal like this is that there is no pressure at all. No pressure on you, no pressure on your bride-to-be. We hope that she says yes. And also is the easiest way to keep this moment fully emotional between you two, and that is just a core memory for both of you. This is beyond real. Photo tip in here, something that you can pay attention, is that you can have this core moment, just the two of you, but you also would like to have it recorded. Well, have a photographer and tell him or her specifically, okay, you stay far away, take shots from there, because this moment is just between me and her. And that's amazing, and you still can have very good photos if things are well done. Second option, option B, which is semi-private. What does this mean? Well, you have this amazing location, it means something for both of you, but it's not fully private. So once in a while you might have someone passing by, you might have people even stopping by, but it's not a super crowded area. And in here, this is like the sweet spot for many couples. And why? Because this is something that will feel spontaneous. The location that you choose actually does mean something for you, and you still will get the atmosphere of that location. So not super private, but people here and there, and this might be normal, let's put it like that, on a location that feels good for both of you. Photo tip, because this is something important for your photographer, is that since it's a semi-private location, it's also still very easy for your photographer to control what's happening, what are the best angles, what are the worst angles, and even for you, because it's not very crowded, like it's easy for you to kind of move around and get all that stuff, all the best background, the best light, all of those things. And now let's go for the third option. We are talking about the public space. So it's not a private place, it's not a semi-private place, this is full-blown public. And this happens many times. For example, you have this beautiful location, you love everything, and then what? It's crowded, it's normal. And if you and your future wife don't mind this at all, that's great, and you can benefit the most from it. At the same time, this can be just a bit risky if one of you guys is not super outgoing, let's put it like this. If one of you is more shy or hates to have attention on them, then maybe choosing a public place might definitely not be the best option for you. But even if you still decide to go forward with your proposal at the public place, and you feel that your partner does not like, or she does not like to get attention on her, try not to make this a big performance, you know. So keep the moment to yourselves. You know already that some people stop, you know, some people might even film it, put it online, all that stuff. But just keep in mind that, of course, this is a moment for you, but super important also for the person that you are asking to marry you. So take her feelings into account on this one. After this part, once you choose your style, step 2, our next step will be very easy, because now you just need to pick a location that matches the kind of proposal that you want to do. Step 2, location for your proposal. And here's the truth, straight up. Pretty is easy, but clean is rare. And when I say clean, I mean the background, of course, doesn't compete with you. So what am I talking about? Even though you might be in a beautiful place, think about, is there a trash can? Are there cars behind? Will any element that will be behind, or some randomness, some random event happening in there, take the attention from you and your bride to be, especially in the photos. This is super important. And to help you to choose the right location, I'll give you 3 buckets, let's call it like that, for you to pick your ideal location. Bucket 1, let's talk about the architecture of the area where you are going to make your proposal. So imagine the clean lines. Architecture is more important than you might think at your first thought about where to propose to your future bride. And why? Because it plays a huge role, because it can give structure to the area where you are. Think about the negative space, the clean lines. That can tell a lot, especially on a photo that you may keep forever in your life. Let's give you examples. For example, imagine that you propose at the hotel, so you have the hallway of the hotel. Or imagine that the background is just a clean white wall. Or you might prefer the ocean as your background, or the mountain as your background. Quick photographic tip. So if you have as a background a big white wall, or a wall with any other thing, try not to be too glued to the wall. Take a step forward or two, and that distance between you, or both of you, and the wall will already give more depth to the photo. Now, bucket number 2. Imagine that the place where you are going to propose is in nature, and this is super popular for many people. Nature is a stunning background, a stunning area for you to make your proposal, but just be aware of what is going around you. Once again, if it doesn't take all the attention from where you are to you in a photo. And one of the best things that you can do is try to see if you can somehow control what is going on behind you, what will be the background of your photo. Let's think about examples. You propose in nature, on a mountainside, or you have a cliff that has a stunning view. So it's controllable, because nothing crazy will happen normally. Or imagine that you are at the beach. It's controllable what is happening. So you might see the waves. So you have the ocean as the background, you have all the sand as your background. So normally no crazy stuff will happen in there. Now, a big security tip. Yes, photographers also think about this. Never propose close to an edge. Like ever. And why is this? Because on the moment that you are proposing, both you and your bride, you have a lot of emotion running through your body, and we get super excited, and being close to an edge, even the nerves. Imagine that she drops the ring, as sometimes we see on those crazy TikToks, right? She drops the ring, or someone gives a bad step, and that can result in an injury. That's the last thing that you want as a memory from that moment, right? Bucket number 3 is having a plan B. And this is so underrated that I cannot even tell you. So you have plan A, where you want your dream location to ask, or to drop the knee, right? And then it's super good to have more 2 locations. And for things to be quicker, imagine that this would be 2 locations as plan B, 2 minutes away or 5 minutes away from location A. And this is so underrated. For example, you can think about proposing at a location that very quickly, if the weather changes or if there's something crazy happening, you can just move a bit to the side or walk a little bit, walk 1 or 2 minutes, and then you are sheltered, you are covered, and your special moment can continue to go on. Why is this important? Why does this matter? Well, think about wind, think about unexpected weather, think about crowds. So plan B always will keep things calm and controlled. At this point, you got 2 things down. You have the style that you want for your proposal, you chose the location for your proposal. So let's move to the third thing. And this third thing is the one that changes everything. It's a big game changer, which is timing and light. Step 3. So step 3 is talking about timing. And this, you don't need to be an experienced photographer or anything like that. To do this well, you just need to protect your faces. What am I talking about? Well, because harsh light, if you propose in harsh light, what happens to the eyes? Or imagine that your bride or you have blue eyes, green eyes that are more sensitive to light, then instead of being open, then you kind of squint. And if that happens, then in photos I almost feel like someone is in pain, right? So it was a beautiful moment, beautiful answer. She says yes, but then the photos don't reflect that big emotion, positive emotion that you both are feeling. Try to think about this following rule. If you are able to do so, try to make your proposal when the light is softer. But if this cannot be, and that might happen, so try to be somewhere that is shaded or that has a clean background, and that will help if the sunlight or the light where you are is very harsh. Let's think about a very practical scenario, a midday proposal. If it's midday, then you can choose an area that is protected. So try to think you don't have that harsh midday light on your face, but you are more on a protected area, so the sun is not blasting your faces. Another big thing to look out for photography wise is that with harsh light, try to see maybe if you stay away from trees. Why? Because the trees have leaves, and then if you notice when you look to the ground, you have patches of light, and then if those patches of light are in your face, then things will not look well. A second scenario here, you are able or you want to propose during the later part of the day. So here this is perfect, the light is softer, and basically no matter where you are, you have beautiful light around you, no harsh light, so it's easier even if you have a light color of eyes. And also the skin tones, important, the skin tones with soft light will look way better in photos. A good tip for you to remember is try to have a buffer in time, so you have your preferred time to do the proposal, but try to have, imagine like 5 minutes where things can shift around. So in this day things are not overly rushed, you are not overthinking, but you see, okay, there's kind of plan B and things can continue to go on. Now we are going to talk about a big thing where people normally panic, and this is the cover story. Step 4, the cover story. This is where some people might panic. This is the part that makes the whole proposal work out, and on a way that it won't feel staged for your bride to be, on a way that your bride to be won't find out what she's going to get herself into in a good way. And think about it. Your cover story, for it to work the best, should be boring. Why? Because boring is stable. In a boring context, you are on top of things. You are the one controlling what is going to happen. Imagine something for a cover story. Oh, we are just going for a walk before dinner. Or let's check that viewpoint that we both love. I really feel like going there today. Or another one can be, well, I surprised you and I got us a couple photo shoot. Let's do this. Or a classic one. Well, we are here to meet our friends, but they are a bit late. Yeah, you know how they are. Now, if you choose to have a photographer at your proposal, try to agree with him a signal. So something that wouldn't give it away, but only you and him know, for him to be, or her, extra ready to capture the moment. And especially this could be something physical that you could do, or a special nod, or looking in a direction, because the last thing that you want to do before is to be texting your photographer or making a phone call, because that will give it away for sure. Tip: some photographers or videographers, but this is of course personal choice, may try to mic you up. Just be aware of that being mic'd up might give things away. Girls, they really observe every single thing, so be aware of that. Or even if you have the phone in your hand, it may also give it away. Another important part: arrive earlier than expected to that spot. And why is this important? Because that allows you to breathe, to have 30 seconds to walk slowly to the place that you want, and then in there you can start the proposal, that special moment that you plan with all the advance. And also, arriving earlier is super important, because then you won't be like looking around like crazy, scamming. Oh, I wanted to be on that spot, but now I'm this spot. No, then things go and flow easier. Even if someone is on the precise spot you want, you can wait a little bit, then that person goes away, and then you guys go in there. Now, big one: wardrobe. What are we talking about here? Because the wardrobe can really kill the vibe, and you don't want that to happen. Step 5: what to wear, your wardrobe. So think about this: you don't need a special new full-on suit or full-on clothes, but if you feel like doing that, there's no problem at all. You just need to have clothes that you feel confident in them and calm. Let's talk about technicalities, because you want that moment in a photo. Well, what looks good on camera? You want to have solid colors, or even subtle texture. Try to avoid tiny little prints that will shimmer on video and that will detract the attention to those little things instead of to the moment that's happening. If it is on harsh light, well, all dressed in white, maybe try to avoid it, because that will make the light reflect, so it will be worse in this case for pictures. Exception: if you are in soft light, ignore what I just said. Comfort does really matter in here, so if you are feeling not comfortable, that you have to be adjusting yourself all the time, you already be nervous on the moment, that will make even you extra nervous, and that might give it away. You don't want that. Let's talk about shoes. Yes, here we address everything. So if you are walking to the spot, make sure that you have comfortable shoes that won't slow you down, but that will keep the momentum flowing. Now, reality check: the ring box. Yes, having a box, imagine your pants, it will show up, right? Your bride will look to your pants and like, what's that? Yeah, a box. You have a box, are you proposing? And then the surprise goes away. So think about that. What kind of clothes can you wear if you want a ring box where you could put the box and it won't be evident? Let's also talk about what not to do. Please don't put the ring solo in a loose pocket in your pants, because the percentage of bad things that can happen, break the ring or losing the ring, these things are real. Please don't do that. Please don't propose in a place where crowds have to pass behind you, because that won't even allow you to be fully focused on what's happening. You are uncomfortable, you need to be moving, you are bumped up. You don't want that. A big one: please look to your surroundings and see if there are no trash bags on site, not even behind you. Just stay far away from trash bags or trash bags in trash bins, because that won't keep it classy. Now let's go to the part that I want you to steal it away exactly: a 3-shot list. This is the 3-shot list. If you get these 3 shots, then your story, you will be complete. Shot number 1. This is a wide establishing frame, and these will put everything in context. So it will show you, it will show also what's around you, so the environment. So basically this first shot is for you and for your friends to understand what was the vibe going around your engagement. A big tip from a guy that is already engaged and married: before you drop that knee, take a deep breath, 2 seconds, and then go down on the knee, because you need that courage, you need that strength to put out the big question: will you marry me? So take 2 seconds to think about what you are doing. Shot number 2, that is super important, is the moment and the reaction. In the second shot, this is where everything got captured. The moment, you kneeling down, her face, her reaction, your guys' reactions, the moments that are immediately before you pop the question and after you ask the question. These are super important to be well captured by a photographer and even videographer. So make sure that you tell them, okay, you need to be or pay super attention to what's going on, because those moments are for forever, and you may even hang them in the wall in your house. So this is like a one-shot job for your photographer. Now the third shot, we can call it the exhale. So this is after you ask the question, will you marry me, and the reaction, oh my gosh, I can't believe, and all of that. Or she might start jumping a lot, she might cry, all the things. But that, and then you guys hug, you guys kiss. So the big pressure is off both of you, and those moments also need to be very well captured by your photographer. One detail from a photographer's perspective, normally this exhale moment, so is after all the pressure is off you guys, and normally these are the best shots because both of you just express the love for each other and show things. So yeah, enjoy it to the full. Now something to be aware of is time. Watch out for the time, because, well, real life happens and there are some things that you can never plan for, even if you overthink stuff. Now here's the watch out moment. Well, what are we talking about? Wind, big crowds, harsh light, or even your nerves. They can really shift things from being a beautiful occasion to a lot of chaos. Let's tackle these issues one by one. So watch out, number 1, the wind. Wind makes hair go wild and also is a big mess for audio if you are recording it. The fix, well, try to choose a location that you see, okay, for sure I won't have wind problems here, might be more sheltered. And for audio, try to make sure that, as we said before, if you are not mic'd up, because that can give it away, then that the mic that you are using has like one of those top things, toppers that you can put on top of the mic, and that makes it better. So even if it's still wind, it protects a little bit the sound when it is being recorded. And the name for it is a windscreen. So windscreen for your mic. Watch out, number 2. So now let's talk about crowds, because when we see someone dropping a knee, yes, people will be watching. And if you are making your proposal in a very popular place, very crowded, yes, people will stop and will want to watch everything. But what's the fix? Well, why don't you think about, for example, just moving 5 meters away? In this way, you can still be on your favorite location, but then you are just a little bit to the side, and then all the crowds, the popular spot in itself, you'll be far away from that. Or if people stop to watch you, then you are still far and your photographer can still capture what's behind you. Watch out, number 3, harsh sun. Well, harsh sun creates, as we were saying before, in the eyes, you squint, you make faces. So watch out for that, because you don't want to have being invested in a photographer, in a videographer, and then your bride-to-be is like squinting the eyes and making all these crazy faces that it will look bad in video and it will look bad in photos. What's the fix? Well, open shade. So if you are able to, stay on a shaded area. And you can also just rotate yourself. So if you have a very specific spot that is not shaded, well, rotate yourself or put yourself in a position that, for example, your bride-to-be won't have that harsh light on her eyes. Well, think about this. It doesn't change the moment or the special time that is happening, but think about it as you are protecting the moment that will be eternalized in your photos and videos. Watch out. Number 4, your nerves. Your nerves can make you rush things out. So you need to stop and breathe. How can you fix your nerves? Well, breathing might be the key. Slow your walk as you are going to drop the knee. You stop, you breathe, and then you say what you want to say. You can do it. You can control that moment and make it extra special. Now that we are past the moment that she will say yes, what do you need to do now? Now she's your bride. What should you do? Well, one tip: don't run immediately into the phone and put everything online on that second after she said yes. Instead, do these 5 things that we are going to tell you. First thing to do: try to take even 30 seconds just for you. Just you two, no cameras, no talking to anyone, no phones, just the two of you absorbing the beautiful moment that just happened. Number 2, okay, you will pass this moment between you two. Now, just try to do one phone call to that special person. Maybe a family member, maybe your ride or die. Keep it simple. One phone call, limit yourself. Number 3, if you invested to have a photographer capturing that moment of your proposal, try to do a quick mini session just there on that spot, because the feelings that you are feeling at the moment should definitely be captured and eternalized. Number 4, if you are traveling and you had your destination proposal, bougie, then try to go somewhere nearby, something special. Make there a small tradition. Imagine, pop up a champagne bottle, go to a specialty coffee, something like that. Create a tradition or a moment to eternalize there and then. Number 5, then after she said yes, you want to be my wife, you can think about this if you didn't ask for a photographer to be there, or even if you did, because that was a proposal photo shoot, then should you have an engagement photo shoot? When? It doesn't need to be on the second. Maybe do it after. Doesn't need to be with the same photographer. Can be with another one. You guys are the king and queen, so you decide what's gonna happen. And now this is where your proposal season just shifts to engage season. This is where your bride now enters her bridal era. So try not to lose your mind with all the planning that you definitely will need to do. If you want to turn what just happened, your proposal, into a full story, here are the next steps. First thing that you can do after your proposal photo shoot is to plan an engagement photo shoot. And why? Not only you can use the photos in there, imagine for virtual invitations for your wedding. Yes, you need to start thinking about your wedding, but an engagement photo shoot is also super useful, because then you and your bride will start to feel natural, or will see how you react being in front of a camera. Some people feel more comfortable, others don't feel that comfortable. That's what an engagement session is for you to feel more at ease, and also to understand how is your body language in front of a camera. Do you feel comfortable doing some poses? Do you feel more uncomfortable doing other poses? Well, in your engagement session, you will find that out. And remember, you don't need to have your engagement session with your wedding photographer. This is a big thing. Of course, probably, and personally, I think we recommend doing that, but don't feel pressure to be with the same person. Now, the second thing, you need to start thinking about planning a timeline for when things happen. Now, as a newly engaged couple, you need to start with 3 things. So the first thing in your planning needs to be roughly, doesn't need to be down to the T, but in what season would you guys want to have your wedding, so that you can start making plans. Also, where are you going to have your wedding? Are you doing a local wedding? Are you doing a wedding abroad, destination wedding, elopement, micro wedding, intimate elopement? So many options. Yes, you can start planning that. Also, guest count. That has an impact on every single choice that you do after. And of course, your guest count will impact the venue. So where do you see yourself getting married? Do you see at a hotel? Do you see yourself at a private villa? Do you see yourself having a beach wedding in the mountains? Possibilities are endless, and don't stop dreaming. And here I have to say a personal hot take, don't settle for less regarding what you want. So if you have a specific vision, go with it. You can get it, even if people say nobody does that, is not tradition, but that's what you and your bride want, so you guys can do it. And another extra tip, if you plan then to get married abroad, to have a destination wedding or a destination elopement, give it a longer time to plan things, because travel, logistics, booking things from abroad, of course, wedding planner, we can't recommend that enough, will help you a lot, but you still need to do a lot of planning. So give it extra time if you are going the route of the destination wedding, which we also do recommend, because it's amazing. If you do like a destination weekend, you can have this super cool party with your family, with your friends. Everybody takes vacation, then people do stuff before your wedding, do stuff after your wedding. Possibilities are endless once again. And now let's go to the last bit of this video. Here's how to use all the tips that we gave you in this video until now. If you found this useful and you are the one proposing, so save this video. These tips are really good, and you know they'll help you a lot. And we wish they are really helpful in the outcome of your proposal, so that everything looks like a dream. Also, feel free to send this video to a friend that you know that he's preparing everything and is about to propose soon. Or maybe also share it with that friend that has been acting a little bit sus. Yes, and you are like, is this gonna propose or no? Send it to him. We want that he also has a very successful proposal. If you like these tips, if you feel like you are on the same page with us on the way that we plan for things, even for your wedding day, feel free to reach out. We are destination wedding photographers, me and my wife, all over Europe. So we are based in Algarve, Portugal, but we regularly go to Spain, France, Italy. We shoot editorial weddings everywhere. So reach out to us. Part of our experience, we not only photograph digitally, but we also use film. We love film a lot, and we also do Super 8 videos. So reach out to us, and I really hope that your proposal is an amazing moment for you and for your bride. Things will go well for sure. And remember, plan for the light. Remember those crazy patches or shadows, avoid that, avoid the harsh light, because all those small details, they'll be in your videos, they'll be in your photos, and that's something that you don't want. So make sure, go out there, drop the knee, and she'll say yes for sure.